what's up YouTube? This is the Merman Master coming at you guys from Team Time Riders YouTube channel with the one, the only. What's your name, bro?
Timaeus, the God Monarch.
Team Time Riders' very own man is here today with one deck profile that is going to knock your socks off. And what do we have today that we are profiling that is unlike anything that our subscribers have seen before?
I gotta showcase my sacred beasts.
Yes, you guys heard that correctly. Timaeus the God Monarch has created Sacred Beasts. This is a deck that recently got new support in the Duelist Saga. A bunch of cards from the anime came out for it, and the deck is better than ever. Timaeus has been taking this to locals, and he's been winning repeatedly with the deck. And when I heard that this man was winning with Armatile and with like playing Sacred Beasts and stuff like that, I was like, we just got to get this profile for the subscribers. You guys been very, very supportive, and so we are going to bring to you guys
Exactly.
this awesome profile.
A lot of people will probably ask me, it's like, why Sacred Beasts? And I had a fonding of them when I saw them in the GX anime, because I like the whole theme of the evil gods. And I felt like they were a little bit underappreciated. And what I did with this deck, I make them fear the Sacred Beasts. Because not only with the new support, I put some more cards in there that would rapidly make it consistent. Because me, I love consistency in my deck. So let me get started off.
All right, let's get into the profile, guys, and we'll see what he is playing.
All right. So first, I play 2 Raviel, Lord of Phantasms. So you got your standard level 10 Fiend. He requires 3 Fiend-type monsters tributed to be special summoned via the hand. And then additionally, when your opponent will normal summon a monster, you can get a Phantasm token. 1000 attack, 1000 defense, Fiend.
Any reason why 2 instead of, like, for instance, just 1? Do you want to see him in your hand?
So I did a lot of different variants of play testing where I did 3 of each, 2 of each, 3 of this guy, 2 of this guy. So I pretty much got the right amount of cards I needed. Especially because you do not want to open with these guys. You want to get the other cards in the deck, because you have other cards that can either bring them out straight from the deck, or you can at least set up the field for them to be summoned via their requirements. And this guy is just a 4K beating stick with the additional fact of tributing off one of your own monsters. He'll gain that said monster's attack.
All right.
Next up, I play 2 Haemon, Lord of Striking Thunder. So we got another 4K beating stick who requires 3 continuous spell cards to be summoned. So with this, when he's put to defense mode, the opponent is forced to only battle him via the battle phase, which I think is really good when I have a low monster that needs protection. And I was like, instead of just protecting it, summon this guy in defense mode, and he's forced to only attack this monster. And then additionally, when he destroys a monster by battle, the opponent loses an additional 1000 life points. So it's really good if you can destroy a monster by battle via attack points by him. But if you battle a monster defense mode, you can still inflict the additional 1000 burning. And putting him at 2, like I said, also pretty good. It helps me with my ratio of not drawing into him. And sometimes if I do draw into him, I can still get something off.
All right.
Then lastly, the third and final Sacred Beast, I play only 1 Uriah, Lord of Searing Flames.
Only 1?
Only 1. So the reason being is because I do not summon this guy via the 3 trap cards, or sometimes I do, but he is considerably actually the weakest among the Sacred Beasts.
And this is the first time that I've actually heard that. Everyone talks about Raviel being the run to the litter.
No, Raphael is actually pretty decent. And so is Haemon. But this guy's actually the bottom tier here when it comes to Sacred Beasts. While he did have one of the best ignition effects during the time they didn't rule out ignition effects. So, he can just target a set spell trap card and blow it up. You cannot chained to that set effect. But now they changed, I think it was back in 2003 or 7, or somewhere in between, that Konami changed the rules saying that now, well, my opponent cannot chain the card I'm targeting, he could chain something else, and then he could then chain that said card. It's very funny. Back in his time, he actually had a considerably good effect. Sometimes he still can be good if my opponent's field is still pretty good. Or actually pretty bad. But again, I use this guy at 1 because I do not want to draw into him, and he only comes, I want to call into him when I need him instead of just calling out.
It's a good way in construction of it.
Exactly, because once I get more into the deck, you'll see why I play him at 1 and why I only need 1.
All right, let's get into the other cards.
So next I play 3 Dark Summoning Beast.
And I believe this is brand new.
So this guy is one of the newest support cards to come out of Duelist Saga. So standard level 5 Fiend, 0 attack, 0 defense. His effect being is that you can tribute him from the field to get out any of the 3 Sacred Beast monsters from your deck, ignoring the summoning conditions. So normally I will get out either Raviel or Haemon depending on my scenario, but I never will choose Oriya. And let me tell you why. And this is the reason why I play him at 1. He has a secondary effect in the graveyard. You can banish him to add any of the 3 Sacred Beast monsters from your deck to your hand. So, a lot of times when I have a certain amount of trap cards in my deck, and then they're also in my graveyard, you'll see how many I have in my deck, and then when played well enough into my field, I will banish him and then search out the 1 Oriya in my hand and then summon him via his own requirements, and he'll have a considerably high attack power, I tell you. That's why I don't want him at any more than 1. But there's only one downside to him, is that the Sacred Beast monsters I summon via his own effect cannot attack. Which is why I did the alternative and we'll try to battle my opponent first, and then I use his effect.
Yeah.
Most people will think similar like alternative Blue Eyes, you cannot use his effect if you're a battle. But I did a ruling check, and I can battle and then use his effect. Because the restriction of not entering the battle is not the cost. It just says that my other monsters cannot attack. It didn't say I cannot declare an attack.
Yeah.
So you really gotta watch out your wordings. Next, I play 3 Vjon the Cubic Seed. So, another Fiend type monster I play, easily normal summon. So this guy, what makes him very beneficial for my deck, 1, he cannot be destroyed by battle. 2, when he battles my opponent's monster, he can place a cubic counter on them. And then that opponent's monster cannot declare attack, they cannot use their effects. And then additionally, he will be placed in my spell trap card zone as a continuous spell card, which makes him either a good target for either Raviel or Haemon.
Oh, very smart. I remembered him for his non-destruction by battle, but that's definitely a big plus. All right.
It wasn't that big plus. Having a monster that can require himself to be 2 targets for my Sacred Beast, very, very good.
Yep, for sure.
Next, I play 3 Sangans.
That's right, because he's at 3.
Yep, he is at 3. So, with my Sangans, another Fiend type, and as you all know, that with this guy, when he's destroyed, or not just destroyed, if he's just sent to the graveyard now, he can search me out any 1500 or
1500
attack or less
attack,
defense
yeah.
monster, which I occasionally will always search for either Vjon or I'll search for my Dark Summoning Beast.
Because he's a 0/0, that's
Exactly,
right.
0/0s.
But you can't use him on the turn that you...
No, which is why I always set him, wait for my opponent's turn, they'll foolishly kill him, and then I'll bring him out.
Very smart.
Or sometimes if I really have to stall, I'll just search another Sangan.
All right, what do we got next?
Next, I play 2 Mystic Tornadoes.
All right.
So we got...
Assuming this is for the Dark Summoning Beast, am I
Yes.
correct?
And not just for him, too. I also use him for Vjon or even Sangan, actually. So, with his effect being, when he's destroyed by battle, I can get out any dark attribute monster with 1500 or less attack and special summon it in attack mode. So sometimes I would actually get out Vjon So my opponent I would risk his 0 attack if the monster's attack is not high enough to take me out. But, if he does, he'll be putting my spell track guards on. The monster cannot, then we'll have a Cupid counter. Or I would, let's say my opponent only has 1 monster, and I'm confident that he will not bring anything else to the board. I would get out my Dark Summoning Beast in attack mode. Moving on to the final monster in my deck, I play 1 Vanity's Fiend. So a lot of times, if I cannot get out my Sacred Beasts in time, or it's because they cannot, restrictions applies that they cannot attack or anything like that. When I'm desperate, and I'm desperate to win, I will bring out my Vanity's Fiend because the biggest weakness in this deck is special summoning, which will happen a lot in the Link format nowadays. So with Vanity's Fiend, it just limits my opponent from doing a lot of plays.
Makes him play at your pace.
Exactly. He'll play at my pace now.
All right.
Alright. Moving on, now we got to move on to the spell cards.
So this lineup's going to be very interesting, especially because he's trying to get out all 3 Sacred Beasts. And most decks will either focus on like Hamon or Uriah. You never really see Raviel in this. So this is an unprecedented look at a deck that is running all 3 of the Sacred Beasts, guys. So very, very big. All right, let's see what we got for the...
So first, we got 3 of the Fallen Paradise Field spell. I can't stress enough how much I was happy to see this card. Because back in the time when this was pretty much non-existent, that's why I said the Sacred Beasts were underappreciated. They were weak. They had no protection. Now they do. With this, anytime I would have a Sacred Beast monster in my field during my turn, I get to draw 2 cards. No strings attached from there. And then additionally, my opponent cannot target or destroy by card effect any of my 3 Sacred Beast monsters or Armatile, the Chaos Phantom.
Even better, because I know some players like before in Sacred Beast decks used to run Mound of the Bound Creator, but I think this is strictly better, especially for Sacred Beast, than that card is. And by the way, guys, they kept the anime art.
Yes, they did.
They didn't update it in any way like they usually do for anime cards. It's the same exact art from the anime.
A lot of
so I think
times,
it's pretty cool.
A lot of times, when I would have him in my opening hand, or I could just make a decent enough play to get out a Sacred Beast monster, it's always satisfying for me to draw 3 cards in my turn instead of 1. So I draw 1 for turn, activate the field spell, and draw 2 more cards.
Yep.
You can ask a lot of my opponents. This is why they fear my Sacred Beast now. They have protection, and I draw 3 cards in my turn.
All right.
Next, we got 2 Terraformings. They're
Pretty
just because I need to get
self-explanatory.
my Fallen Paradise field spell as quickly as I possibly can. So if I can't get them out via the searchables or stalling enough, Terraforming, and I've been opening Terraforming or Fallen Paradise more than half the time in my duels.
Yeah.
So especially because it's not once per turn, and if I know my opponent is playing cards that will pop it, I'll just make sure I just search out and get another one ready at the ready. Next up, I play 2 Supply Squads. So you guys know, thanks to a lot of my cards, since a lot of these guys will have benefits from being destroyed by battle, allows me to do an additional search. And then on top of that now, Supply Squad, if I have 1 or 2 in the field, grants me additional draw upon the destruction. So I could definitely plus 1 or 2 occasionally when I have that kind of benefits.
You guys notice that advantaging and out resourcing occurring there too. Yep. All right.
You have no idea how good it is to have 2 of these in the field and have my opponent attack into Sangan.
Oh, broken.
I get to have another 3 cards.
And it's also a continuous spell, guys, so he can tribute that off for Hamon anytime he wants.
Yes, I can.
All right.
Next up, to our continuous fan base, I'm doing 2 Legacy of the Duelist.
Oh, so what does this do?
So, for starters, both players can only set 1 spell trap card per turn. That's number 1. Number 2, extra deck monsters that are special summoned cannot declare an attack on the turn they are special summoned. from the extra deck. And then additionally, the controller of this said card, if they were to declare an attack, the controller, which is me, can negate my own attack to target an opponent's spell trap card and then pop it. So a lot of times when I have any of my Sacred Beast monsters out, or even Sangan, Mystic Tomato, even V-Jung with 0 attack, I will purposely try to go attack into a high attack point monster my opponent controls just to negate it and pop a back row.
Wow. It's pretty intense. Mm-hmm. How did you find this card?
How I found it?
Yeah.
Well, I just did an opening video with Duelist Saga, and then upon actually reading him, and then thinking it's a continuous spell, I saw not a lot of people were making decks with this, with either Sacred Beast or anything like that. But as we get further to my deck, I thought of a certain combo that I can really screw over my opponent because of its only one set rule.
All right. Let's keep going.
Especially because also, your opponent wants to, if he bricks, they'll try to set a couple of cards.
Yeah.
And this guy's just, nope, you can only set one. Next, I play 2 Allures. So since every single monster I'm playing is a Dark Attribute monster, I just need some more draw power. This is exactly what I get.
Excellent.
And these guys are the special, what are these were again?
Those are the original, some of the original
Exactly.
Allure of Darknesses from way back in the day.
Exactly, the original print.
So that was back when I remember when Allure of Darkness was like.
Shout out to
$15.
Mermail for actually hooking me up with these.
Mm-hmm. And shout outs to Timaeus for getting me the last 2 I needed of this here, Spellbook of Knowledge.
Yeah, I give this guy the whole set. For those who see my videos, you guys know I added up pretty much pulling a whole set of these guys from my 21 pack opening. And then I bought another card of the Duelist, and then, which was also filmed, but then I did an on-filmed, just couple packs, and then I just happened to pull it again.
Guys, if you don't know yet, that means that a brand new Spellbook deck profile, the updated books, is coming very soon to the channel. I know you guys have all been asking for it, and it's gonna be
I have your thumbnail waiting for you.
excellent. Let's do it.
So next, I play 1, the Dark Door.
Oh, this is an oldie. Oldie but a goodie.
Yep. So with this guy, only one monster can attack per battle phase for both players. So, a lot of times, if I were to have... This is how I always get the scenario going. My opponent will have one monster, he'll attack it to my Sangan, and I'll do everything. So when I get any... Let's say I have this guy in defense mode, and then I'll have my Dark Summoning Beast just waiting on attack. Due to Hemon's own effect, you can only attack into him. And with the Dark Door in the field, since you can only perform one attack, and you're only good luck using up one attack and having it be over 4K.
Mm-hmm. And without any of the, without any monster kind of destruction or whatever, if you can't pick apart the field, it can easily overwhelm you.
Exactly. So that's why I play the Dark Door. So just to pretty much put my opponent into a troll lock with Hamon. It's like, well, you want to attack? He's your only one you can attack.
All right.
My other ones will remain untouched. So next, and the final continuous spell I'm playing is Ground Collapse.
An old one. I think this was Metal Raiders, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I think this guy still has Magic card in his print.
He does. Oh, it's a Pharaoh Servant one, guys. Yeah, it's a Pharaoh Servant Magic card, if you can see right here. All right.
So, as you guys know, or those who don't know because it might be too old, Ground Collapse allows me to choose any 2 of my opponent's main monster zones and lock them. So as long as it remains face up on my field, my opponent cannot use the 2 zones. So a lot of times, I will purposely use the 2 zones that Decode Talker points to, so my opponent cannot give him a stat boost or use his effect.
Okay.
And it's also just good to just force your opponent to only use 3 zones instead of 5.
Yeah, true. And if you can restrict, I think you also get to choose the zones that
I do.
that are limited.
I choose the zones.
Yep. So any main monster zones, guys, the card was updated. Only main monster zones. So you can't lock out your opponent's extra monster zones with the card, but even locking out their main monster zones, particularly things that link markers point to, That can be big in certain scenarios.
Exactly. So next we gotta move on to the trap cards.
All right.
I play 3 Fiendish Chains. Self-explanatory, guys. You get out, your opponent has a big high attack point monster. You can therefore just negate it and have it forced to not to attack.
Any reason you're playing this over the other card? A lot of people consider strictly better Phantom Knight's Fogblade. What makes you decide to play Fiendish Chain?
So with Fiendish Chain, it's because I think it was always my card and everything like that. I didn't really necessarily like Fogblade.
Yeah, I think it's like the battle, the like lack of being able to destruction
Exactly.
by battle, and some other stuff. I think Fiendish is less like
It's just
beneficial-
less
beneficial to your
beneficial,
opponent in a way,
exactly. Because with this guy, again, he just stalls my opponent out. Especially because if they let's say, use up their hand to get out that one good monster and just be like, nope, nope, nope.
Yep. All right.
And then occasionally, if my monster, let's say, my opponent's monster would go away but not be destroyed, it will remain floating, which will just make it an Araya target.
Nice.
So next, I play 2 Sinister Yorishiro.
So this is a surprising card right here.
Exactly. So with this guy's, what he does, if I have a level 5 or higher Fiend type monster in my hand, I can normal summon it without tributes. And then secondly, if only my Fiend type monster I'd summon and no other cards would be destroyed, I can then send it to the graveyard instead. Or was it send or would be? Yeah, I can send it to the graveyard
to
instead.
replace this. Yep.
So a lot of times, that's why I'm playing my Dark Summoning Beast, because he would take you up a normal summon, but after you use up a monster, or I have to special summon him. With Sinister Yorishiro, I could just normal summon him. He becomes a 4-star monster, pretty much.
Effectively a way to unclog your hand.
Exactly, effectively unclog my hand. And in addition to that, I have another level 5, actually level 5 or higher, so he's a level 6 Fiend type. As you guys know, it has to be Fiends or nothing else will work. So that's why I was thinking to myself, who else is a little higher Fiend I could put into this deck? And that's why I thought about Vanity's Fiend.
So look at that synergy, guys. Look at that synergy.
Normal summon him, and then my opponent's just like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then additionally, it protects Vanity, so something would have happened to him.
Yep.
I've seen too many of my opponents who still use Towards Tribute, Ring of Destruction, or just use any method of just getting rid of him. Ragaki, the True King cards. I just like, nope, send it to the grave. So that's gonna be all for my. Actually, hang on, I'm still going there.
Yeah, we still got a couple more traps left to go.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Yep. So next I played 2 Heavy Storm Dusters. So you guys know these are pretty much the costless Twin Twisters. Well, of course, destroy. I cannot protect my battle phase, but I don't use them during my battle. I don't use them during my turn.
Use it during your opponent's turn and
Yep.
effectively erase
So-
the cost.
I played 2 because just like I played with Twin Twisters 2, I feel like it's less cloggy. It keeps my consistency growing and keep going more and more. Because I can either first turn him or I just get him out some other time when I draw it with my 3 card turns or my other cards from that.
Ho ho. Shout outs over there to Goku the cat.
Hey kitty. Hey Goku.
Hey, Goku.
Alright, you just want to say hi, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. All
So
right.
yeah, Heavy Storm Duster, really good card. People are like, oh, Twin Sisters is still better because even though you pay the cost, it's a spell card you can use during your turn. It's like, I don't mind waiting a turn. It's a stall deck.
Yeah.
I can wait for my opponent's turn. Don't worry about it.
It's slowing down. Yep.
Next, I play 2 Anti-Spell Vagrants.
Another great continuous trap.
Exactly. So you guys know, my opponent is forced to. Actually, both players have to set a spell chakra before it said activating them, or actually just spell because you really have to wait for the chakras. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's struggling battle, of course, which you can just
exactly.
activate from your hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your opponent is forced to only set spell cards before activating them. So a lot of times, what I do to make a good lock for my opponent, I will have this card as well as Legacy of the Duelist in my field. So here's how it works, guys. I will get out Legacy, either set this either before or after. Usually I will try to activate him first and then set anti-spell. Or set this first, then
And
use
flip
Legacy.
that up on the standby,
Exactly.
of course, yeah.
So during my opponent's draw phase, I use it during the draw phase actually. Because I cannot risk some standby phase card effect going off. So with this, they can have a very cool spell card they desperately want to use. You can use Raigeki, they can use Dark Hole, they can use any of the newest Trick Stars guys, the True Kings. Anything at all. With this lock, they're only allowed to only set it first, and thanks to Legacy, they can only set one. So they pretty much gotta have a cloggy hand that they really cannot use.
Oh, broken.
And it's because of thanks to all my consistency, I'm able to keep drawing into these two. And it's always satisfying to see my opponent struggle to use which cards to use.
Yeah.
And it's not just he struggles which ones to use, which ones he has to wait a turn to use.
For sure.
If,
And
of
with
course,
the
my Heavy Storm
Sim,
Duster doesn't
yeah.
blow it up.
I'm gonna say it, it's like they're walking right into a trap.
Alright, next we could go to the singles. So we got one safe zone, just for some decent protection for my fiends, especially my Vanity's Fiend or my Dark Summoning Beast.
Yeah. Also, another fact about Safe Zone for those who played way back in the day was if your opponent tries and pops this card with a Storm Duster or Twin Twister or something, you can chain the effect and
To the
target one of
opponent's
their
monster,
monster
exactly.
and destroy it.
Sometimes I occasionally would do that too if I have nothing left to
A
lose.
little extra added benefit
Yeah.
from Safe Zone. Yep.
I play one, Call the Hunted,
Yep.
bring back any of my Sangans, Dark Summoning Beast especially. I would wait when I first turn a Sacred Beast, and then
Yep.
my opponent would say end phase. I'd be like, no, I want to get out my Sacred Beast back right now, and then get out another one.
Broken.
And then I play one, Scrub Raid.
Ho ho ho! You guys have probably never seen this card before. So explain to me what this does.
So with Scrub Raid, I can only activate this during the start of my opponent's end phase. So it's very important. I always ask my opponent, because you guys who play locals or tournaments to just say attack, but I always ask them, please declare your battle phase first to me, because I may or may not be using something.
Yeah.
So when they say declare the battle phase as of right now, I would say at the start of this, I will use Scrub Raid. So you ask me again, what does it do? I get to send any card I currently control to the graveyard, and then it will immediately just end the battle phase. You guys don't know how many times I happen to run into guys, Utopia the Lightning, or Chaos Max, Zark, any of these guys who can go over Haemon, or any of my Sacred Beasts for that matter. That's just like, well, since you like him, I'm not gonna let you battle with him. I will just end your battle phase. There's nothing they can do. My monsters will still remain in my field. And what a lot of times I like to do when I combo with this card, I will send Sangan to the graveyard, because, like I said, his newest effect, his newest errata allows me to get a search just because he's sent to the graveyard by any means. Like I said, any means at all.
Yeah. Sangan was always printed that way,
So
but
exactly.
you know he
Was
was
he? Okay.
yeah.
I thought it was just by destruction, but
No. So that's why Sangan and Witch were so broken. Any means.
Yeah.
So even if you use them as a link summon, and they don't miss timing either, because it's an if.
exactly. So again, with Scrub Raid, I get to end my opponent's battle phase and get a search.
Yep. All right.
Alright, that's it for the main deck. Let's go ahead to the extra deck.
How many cards is the main?
I think I should remember, it should be 42 at the most. I always have my lucky number 42.
You don't have to count them.
Okay.
No worries.
Yeah, it's 42. You know me. It's
Yeah.
42.
All right. Moving on to the extra deck.
So it is a little bit small. I do plan to expand the extra decks, but I just want to get this video out now. And
Yeah.
you guys will know what kind of more cards I would add on to it as we go. So for stars, this one I do play one at. One, Armatile the Chaos Phantom. The more Phantom? Yeah. Armatile the Chaos Phantom. So this guy gets protection with the field spell. He becomes 10k during my opponent's turn. That's a pretty big deal.
Is it really?
Yes. It becomes 10k during my turn.
During your turn, I thought. Yeah.
Yes. And then also he cannot be destroyed by battle. That's another plus for me. And then also he can be contact fused. So I don't need to use any poly. I just need to get the 3 out, which I've done on certain occasions. It happened multiple times actually. So I will get out Armatile, because during that time if I have the 3 already in the field, my opponent has at least maybe 3 or less thousand life points at that time. So when I really want to strive for that win, and I would have to risk it for this, because this guy can be unprotected at times, just go for it.
I mean, Armatile is a card that I have struggled to bring out and have not been able to do because of the heinous summoning conditions, kind of Gate Guardian-esque in a way. But,
Exactly.
Tamias' deck can do it, and
Exactly.
it can do it consistently.
Because a lot of that's like, I want to go back a little bit. You said like how I always say in the beginning of the video why I play Oriah at 1, and I say because this deck can make him very powerful. Because let me show you how many continuous traps I play, and then you ask yourself how many Sacred Beast users who use Oriah, how many trap cards do they use? Continuous wise, anyways. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 continuous traps. That means that there's a potential level of 10,000 points to Oriah. And I've seen it happen multiple times. I have already like 3 or 4 of these in the graveyard. And like I said, start summoning beasts, I bash them, search out Oriah. If I already have 3 in my field, tribute to 3, he'll have like 6 or 7,000 attack points at the time. He'll just go.
Yep. All right. So next cards.
Next. Well, in my show 1, I'm supposed to play actually 2 of this guy. But, again, I just want to get the video out. So, I play Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. He's a really good 3k beater, and since he needs 2 level 10 monsters, and all the Sacred Beasts are level 10s, this guy is pretty much Gagaga on steroids for me. People are like, oh, play Gagaga. I was like, no, I play this guy. You detach 1 Xyz material, your opponent loses 2,000 life points. So a lot of my deck, when I could get my opponent to less than 2,000, gone. Just gone.
Yep.
Next I play Castel, the Sky Blaster Musketeer. Since a lot of these guys, you gotta play a few level 4s here and there. And with this guy, you know, Castel's pretty reliable when your opponent has a monster that's pretty hard to get rid of. So I detach 1 to flip it down, or detach 2 to just send it away back into the deck. Next, here's something I bet you guys never seen before. I play 1 Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. So this guy needs 3 level 10s. So I need all 3 of my beasts for this. 5k attack, detach 1 material, heavy storms my field. Or I think both my opponents. No, he just destroys all spell trap cards my opponent controls, and on top of that, they cannot chain to that effect. So when your opponent has like a couple, let's say a 2,000 attack point monster, and no fielding, no back row anymore, this guy's not a. And like I said, your opponent cannot chain to it, so strike is not gonna work. Warning's not gonna work.
They will work, unfortunately. I
used
used to run a train deck. The sad thing about it is this guy has to get to the field successfully and stay on the field past a torrential. So he has to survive the gauntlet of 2 separate cards coming out against him. But once he's on the field and you can activate that effect, he's a game ender.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I'm not judged. That's why I don't know those rulings. Okay.
Well, he's an old ass card. Not barely anyone ran him, and
Yeah.
a lot of people hated pulling him too.
Alright, just for shits and giggles, I play Proxy Dragon. Since everything in my guys is just monsters, he needs Link 2 materials, so just that means he only needs 2 materials, he just needs monsters, that's it. So, get a few monsters out, and I'll just bring this guy out for, like I said, shits and giggles.
Yep.
Then lastly, I play 1 Deco Talker. That's all I need, just 1 Deco Talker. Because I like this guy, actually I can bring him out easier now, with because he needs effect monsters, and while I do run all effect monsters, Proxy Dragon can just help me clear him out quicker, because he's a Link 2 already.
He can, yeah.
And those who still don't know the rulings, if a monster says Link 2, that means they can be treated as 2 materials, so
For a
far
Link 2.
as the requirements are still met.
Yep.
Next Next, I gotta show off my side deck. 15 cards like always. So, I side 2, Pot of Desires. Just for some extra draw power. A little costly for me, but I just play testing the side for him.
Yep.
A lot of times he can be beneficial for me because the 2 cards that I end up drawing can actually be super, super beneficial.
Yeah.
Next, I also side 1 Ordeal of a Traveler.
Just for shits and giggles, I'm sure.
I always was like, you guys, the Phoenix King, he used to run this card a lot and it was annoying. But now, I was like, well, you got Chaos Max, you got Zark, you got any other pretty decent monster that doesn't, prevent effects from being activated during the battle phase. And I'm just like, well, that's a good monster you got there. Let's play a game. If you can guess right, you can keep going. If not, well, shuffle him back.
Yep.
I also side 1 Battle Fader. A lot of times I can't be left unopened. So this guy can just help me end my opponent's battle phase.
Yep.
And being a fiend type monster, I can get another Raphael target. And also, I always will put him in defense mode so I can tribute him away for Dark Summoning Beast or Vanity's Fiend.
Awesome.
I side 1 Gravity Bind. Again, I just need to stall long enough. And like I said, this guy, although for higher monsters, cannot attack.
We're Team Time Riders for a reason, guys, and it's running cool shit like Gravity Bind from way, way back in the day.
Way old card, but it still helps me out. Only Lynx and Xyz can go over this.
Yeah.
I also side 2 Safe Zones. Again, just some added protection here and there.
And
I know which cards to swap out, which ones not to.
By the way, guys, it's only because they're commons. And that's the only reason why they're getting sided. If they were ultras, they'd be main. No, I'm just kidding. Good card in general. We'll see what happens with the next format, right?
Yep. Also play 1 more Call the Hunted.
Yep.
So why not? Continuous trap, override a target. It can float. Whoopsies. It can float and brings back my monster. Also side 2 Zing Zen's Hu.
Oh ho! And not the replica either.
So, you guys know what this guy does, or those who actually don't know because it might be a little bit, again, on the older side. Sometimes I like to do the lock variant, or I try to do even more locks with my opponent. So what this guy does, I target 2 spell trap cards my opponent has that are set, and if they don't chain, hopefully they don't chain, my opponent cannot activate them. So a lot of times, I would put 2 in my deck. If I put 2 in my deck, and your opponent, has a full back row, well, you locked 4 of them now, and they can only use now 1. So it's just very cool to get to lock out your opponent. Moving on here, I play 1 Burden of the Mighty. I keep saying play. I side 1 Burden of the Mighty. It's a very good attack. That's an attack. Okay. Yeah, but you guys know them. Burden of the Mighty, he just reduces my opponent's monsters by 100 via their levels. Again, only Xyz and Lynx can go over him.
Yeah.
But a lot of times my opponent will try to just kill me off with their leveled monsters. And has to deal with the fact that it's got to be, the higher the level, the more attack it loses.
Surprisingly, yeah.
I side 1 more Ground Collapse, just for more lock variants if I really have to. My opponent likes to consistently spam their monsters. This is why I side it.
Yep.
So I know whether or not to put another guy in there so I can draw into him more faster and stop my opponent from spamming.
Yep.
Especially if I have 2 in the field, your opponent then only has 1 monster to use, really. So good luck. Synchro, Xyz. You can only pretty much do fusion play if you have a poly to use with your hand. If I don't, I still let you even use your back row. Also side 1, Pot of Duality for more side plays, for more draw plays if I don't want to special summon for the turn.
Yep.
I side 1, Messenger of Peace. Monsters with 1500 or more attack cannot declare an attack. And also, with just a minimal cost of 100 life points per my standby phase, that's not high. So, he's a good side. I used to main him, but since he also affect my monsters too, and I want to get out more, I side him instead. Then lastly, I side Field Barrier. It's a really good side card for me, because a lot of times I don't know if my opponent will play cards that would pop my field spell. A lot of times they don't. Surprisingly, they don't blow up my field spell at all. So, with Field Barrier, if I do see Twin Twisters, Heavy Storm Dusters, or any cards that would pop my back row, this will at least will force them to get rid of this before they even touch my field spell.
All right, guys. So that is the deck profile. Once again, we really appreciate you guys watching the video. This Sacred Beast deck profile has been a long time in the works, and Tamias is really glad to bring it to you. Anything you want to say before we end the profile? Any shout-outs you want to give? Anything?
So I just wanted to, again, shout out to the fans who stuck with us since the beginning. I always will thank the fans who always will try to ask me for videos. I want to thank you actually, especially Marmel, for hooking me up with some of these cards I use, such as Sinister Yurusho, Scrub Raid, anything I really needed to make this deck happen.
Oh no, absolutely. And you've hooked me up with more than I could have ever wanted for like a lot of that stuff right down here, guys.
I hooked you up good. I hooked you up better than a drug dealer.
Don't do drugs, guys. Not so good. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, please remember to give a like.
Please like and subscribe. We're really close to shooting 900 subscribers, guys. Let's shoot for 900.
And we've got some special things planned for our 900 subscriber
We got
special.
something very special planned for you, the viewers, if you could get us to 900. Come on, guys. The more you give to us, the more we do for you.
So, guys, thanks so much once again for watching the video. This has been the Mermail Master and
Tamias,
the God Monarch, with the Team Time Riders YouTube channel. And we're signing out. Catch you guys next time. Peace.